Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Akil, and I have finally seen my most anticipated movie of the entire year, guys, and that's Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. And wow, I saw it with a couple of guys today. One of them being my friends and his friends, and we drove like quite far to watch a movie, and it was so worth it. We saw it in 70 millimeter, not IMAX, but just 70 millimeter, and it was phenomenal. Now, I'm not gonna jump on down and say this is like the best movie I've seen this year. I still think personally I enjoyed Mission Impossible a lot more, but I honestly think, in my personal opinion, it's better than Guardians and it's better than Spider-Verse. Like I don't know. Like that's the thing. Like because like all these movies I love. Like that's just obviously my opinion. Like it's really hard to compare because they're all different types of movies, different genres, different styles, different directors, obviously. So there's that. But nevertheless, though, for this one, I loved it. So there's that. And so without further ado, guys, I'm just gonna jump right into it and say for my pre-rating score, Oppenheimer is a great movie, guys. Yes, this is one of my top five favorite Christopher Nolan movies of all time. I absolutely love this movie. So yeah. Now, in terms of story, it's really hard to talk about this movie because it's a biopic, and like any regular biopic and every other biopic I've seen out, that I've seen in my entire life as of right now, it has a like formula to it, like there's beginning, middle, end. Like okay, this is what like he's thinking of something, and then this is where like it actually happens, and this is where like crazy stuff happens and how it pays off towards the end. This movie is like not really like that. In typical Nolan fashion, it jumps back and forth between timelines, and honestly, I love that about this movie. Where sometimes it doesn't really like it can be a little bit jarring. I wouldn't say it doesn't really work, but sometimes it can be confusing. That this one I love that about the movie. So that's that. The black and white sequences were great, and it worked really well with this movie. So that's really what I can say about the story. It's a biopic about Oppenheimer actually making the bomb, and that's really it. So there's that. Now, in terms of positives, I mean, the acting in this movie is like god tier. Everyone really nailed it. Like some of the actors are kind of unrecognizable, but at the same time, it's pretty much a name game for me. It's like, oh, this person, that person, that person. But it wasn't like super distracting. At times, you were like so locked into their characters, like wow, they're doing a really good job. But at times, it did feel like yeah, it might feel like a celebrity showcase, but because they're so good in the movie, you forget like oh, this person's here and playing, and they're actually playing characters. So there's that. Like Cillian Murphy, my god, he is Oppenheimer, I would say. Like he's so good. Like I don't know anything about Oppenheimer, but man, he really sold it for me. So that's that. Another thing was the directing. I mean, no one in this movie, man, he did such a great job directing this movie. It was directed so damn well. I loved how he directed this movie. It was done so well. That's the reason why he's my favorite director. And this is one of the reasons why. I mean, yes, I love Inception, I love Dark Knight Rises, but there's something he about this movie, the way he directed it through his eyes, Oppenheimer's eyes was great. And then we also have four positives. The last major positive I want to talk about is the writing. Man, this movie was written so damn well, and it's one of my favorite screenplay of the year I've seen thus far. But that's not really saying that much because this is probably the first true prestigious movie I've seen this year. At least that's what I can think of. Yeah, but guys, Oppenheimer was great. I love the movie. However, it's not perfect, and the one thing that holds it back for me, and in terms of negatives, is the pacing. It is a bit slow at times, I'll give it that, but apart from that, I love the movie. I'm sorry, I don't think this is the most well paced movie. It is long, you do feel it, but overall, I loved it. It was really, really good. And so, as a final score, I'm going to give Oppenheimer a 9 out of 10. Yep, I loved it. There's nothing really much else to say, guys. It's a movie that you might have to think about for a while, but man, guys, see it on biggest screen possible. Damn it, Sydney, why do you have to close your IMAX and only reopen in October? But guys, those are my thoughts on my most anticipated movie of the year. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much seen all my other anticipated movies of the year because funny enough, they came out all pretty much in the first half of the year. Now all that's left is Dune Part 2, which is now pretty much my most anticipated movie for the rest of the year. So that's that. But guys, those are my thoughts on Oppenheimer. What did you guys think about this movie? How would you rank it compared to the other Christopher Nolan movies? I know this is a little late, guys, but I was planning on seeing it with my friend, and thankfully I did, so there's that. But guys, those are my thoughts once again on the movie. What do you guys think about it? As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. My name's Akil, otherwise known as the Comic Director, and I'm signing out.